How are you?
Good, good.
The series with Memphis, when did that get scheduled, or the game with Memphis? How did that come about?
Well, we've been talking about it for a while, since I got here. Just never really kind of worked out. They kind of had some prior commitments, but now we're glad. I think it's an exciting one for the state of Tennessee. Obviously got two former NBA players that's coaching in college now and having an opportunity to compete against each other. Watched afar how Kenny's built that program into an NCAA tournament team last year. So we feel like they're a great team to have on our schedule, hopefully on our resume, but just a lot of excitement to start the season for the first game.
Is that going to be a series?
Yeah, I think we'll go back there next year.
Okay.
So hopefully, we were talking about doing something a little more creative, like a mid-season tournament with some former pros. We reached out to Juwan and Patrick Ewing and thought that would be kind of a cool thing to do. Didn't get a lot of traction, but it's something that we could revisit. But hopefully, this is something that generates some excitement from both sides of the state, and we continue to do so.
On that note, what is it like for you watching Penny, also, obviously former pro, kind of navigate that transition to college coach at the same time, and what is your relationship with him like?
Well, we don't have we're very cordial when we see each other in the same way that we were when we were players. I don't have a lot of relationship, with him other side and being in the fraternity of coaching. But again, we deal with a lot of similar things. I think when there's a lot of bias or whatever. I think when there was kind of a changing of the guard from the old school coaches that had been around for a long time, whether it was Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski and those type, and it's now a little bit of a new guard, and it's including some former NBA players. There's always going to be some bias about different things like that, but I think we've come in and shown that basketball is basketball. You know the game, and you can teach, and you have a love for teaching and a love for spending a lot of time with young people. Then you can have success with it. And I think we're continuing to prove ourselves as we go forward. But it's I think we've done a pretty good job so far of elevating our teams in the time that we've been in the college game.
What were your thoughts about the second scrimmage?
It was a secret scrimmage. We played well, and in both scrimmages we did some things that we can get better at. Obviously, we did some things well, so we're just going to continue to try to improve. And nowhere near where we're going to be probably at by Christmas or hopefully as we get into SEC play. But we're doing some good things on both ends.
How do you feel like you guys match up against Memphis? What are the challenges of playing them?
I think they've been, in the past, I've seen them, they're getting out and they really pressure, they deny and do even some full court press, but haven't really locked into them. We're locked into them over the next couple of days. Really kind of set our plan of how we want to try to attack them offensively and defensively, but we know that they've been able to get a lot of talent there over the last couple of years. Obviously, had some kids exit, so I'm pretty sure, like everybody, they're trying to onboard some young guys and some new guys that maybe come in from the transfer portal. But I think we're in the same place right now. It's so new and so fresh. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a lot better as the season goes on, and we hope to be a lot better as the season goes on than we are probably in the very first game of the season.
Seems like you guys have been pretty healthy. Is everyone good to go for this one?
Yeah, I think for the most part, everybody had guys that had a little bug that's been going around. Got a few guys in and out. Paul Lewis got hit in practice last week, and he was in the concussion protocol. So he's still, he was able to go to class, and said he's feeling better, but he still has a few more days to work out of protocol. So not sure how available he'll be for the first game, but hopefully he gets back. He's been doing some good things for us. He's been improving since he's been here. So hopefully it's not too much of a setback. Liam had a little bit of a bug. Adrian Sadie is one of our walk-ons. He had a bug. I think Ezra had it for a little while, so it's just something that we got to watch. Kind of flu-like symptoms. Nothing serious, no COVID, anything like that. Just kind of as the weather's changing, guys get a little bugs and things like that.
Your other freshmen, how ready are they to play? How much do we see them against Memphis?
I don't think. I think they are ready to play. I don't know if we need them to play as much as we probably had needed for a freshman to play early on. But they've been doing some good things. But they're playing behind some guys that have proven themselves in the SEC and have done well. Probably our most productive of the two that I probably see playing right away is Colin Smith and Malik Dia. They've done some really good things. Especially on the defensive end with Colin. He's been great all around. The league is, a special talent. Offensively right now has the ability to really be a really good defender as well. But they're playing behind Jordan Wright and Miles Stoops. But it definitely helps to have that competition and make sure that everybody's leash isn't too long. And I think that's a good thing for a coach to have. So. But they have done well. Noah Shelby, he shoots the basketball really well. Again, I don't know where there's a lot of time for him right now just because of the depth that we have with Ezra and Tyron and Trey. Those guys are going to get the first nods. That's kind of our hierarchy and how we go about it. But every day is competitive. Every day is competition, and those guys are going to have opportunity to earn themselves some minutes. I trust them. I trust them. I feel like I could put them in the game if I need to. But again, we're going to go with our older and more experienced guys. And we've been talking about that for a couple of years to finally get to the point where we have that type of group, kind of core group of 6 guys that's been in the program for 2 and most of them 3 years. So, and really excited about our newcomers, our transfers, Ezra and Emmanuel. Those guys have come in and really had a seamless transition to who we are and how we want to go about our business. So I anticipate those guys getting an early nod, maybe even more so than some of our freshmen.
Yeah, Emmanuel coming in kind of late. Do you see him playing mostly the 4, the 3, and how's he been doing?
I just think we got some versatility there. He can play both spots. He can play the 3, he can play the 4 really good out on the perimeter guard. Probably a little easier to learn our sets and stuff from the 4, but again, like I said, he's been doing a really good job. It's hard to once you put him in the game, it's hard to take him out. So that's a good problem to have. But again, it's just hopefully he comes in and continues to progress with the same pace that he has so far. But it's been good. This gives us an opportunity to go a few different ways with our lineups, and more so importantly, I think, like I said before, it helps us to withstand any type of minor injury that we have or foul trouble. I feel really confident that we have quality depth that those guys can step in and do some good things for us.
You guys faced Kendrick Davis when he's at SMU. How do you prepare for a guy like that?
Well, we prepare for the Memphis Tigers. Not try to prepare for one, but we're very aware of him when we played him in at SMU. We know that he's a big talent in a small package, similar to how we see Ezra. A lot of quickness, ability to get in the paint and do some different things. A really good point guard, but again, we're going to focus on how we need to handle them as a group, and I'm pretty sure that we will pay some special attention to his special talents. But bandy against Memphis.
It looks like Keontae Kennedy is obviously going to play for them. What happened there? I don't think anybody knows.
Not for everybody to know. But I think we're happy for Keontae that he was able to find a situation that made a lot of sense for him, and we're happy with the pieces that we have.
Coach, fans at the end of last year was good, crowds and stuff. What are you expecting from the crowd that was about this game?
I'm expecting a big crowd. I think there's a lot of excitement from everywhere, from the city, just in general. I'm about everybody saying we're going to be there on the 7th. We're going to be there on the 7th. I hope it's not just for the Memphis game. I hope we'll be able to see him here all year, and I think so. It's a lot of excitement about what we're building and how we built it, and just I think there's some familiarity with this group now. It's good when you got guys on your roster that our fans can relate to and identify to. Jordan Wright, Quentin Millard Brown, those guys have been around. That's what you want in college basketball. You want people that you can identify and you can cheer for, and we have that now, and we're looking forward to continuing to put it. I think this is as far as just our fan base. We want to continue to grow our fan base. I think this is there's so many people moving into this city. At the same time, I think we can really market to this being a great family outing. I'm trying to think of some ways that I can create. I mean, if you can show me that you come to 5 or 10 games this year and take a picture of your family the whole time, I might let 2 kids come to camp free. I mean, my wheels are turning. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that we know that this is one of the best tickets in town. It's not expensive. Again, I'm gonna have more conversations with Dr. Lee and Chancellor Dearmeyer, man. Let's cut these tickets, man. Let's do all we can to get these folks in these seats and let them know that this is one of the best environments, one of the best experiences you can have in this city for an affordable price, and you're gonna see high level basketball. So we're excited about that.
Anything else from Coach? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.